Communique here today, which we'll present to the media. We have been here for 3 days, so that's it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The Northeastern Parliamentary Group has successfully concluded a key conference that brought together members of the Parliament and key professionals from Wajir, Garissa, and Mandera counties. This gathering aims to forge a unified front among the region's political leaders, professionals, and opinion leaders. Our shared objective is to chart a collective path towards addressing the pressing challenges facing the region. For over 60 years, our region has been consciously excluded from the broader national development agenda. Sessional paper number 8 of 2012 from the Ministry of Northern Kenya understood the chronic neglect that our region has suffered, detailing the systemic underdevelopment, poor infrastructure, and lack of basic services. However, despite various commitments, successive governments have failed to implement meaningful investment in the Northeast, perpetuating the historic marginalization. The consequences of this neglect are stark: widespread poverty, poor health outcomes, inadequate educational facilities, minimal economic opportunities, and lack of critical infrastructure. Following a 3-day extensive discussion and consultations among stakeholders, we reiterate our intention to harness collective efforts in calling for action. And these actions are: 1, demand for a comprehensive analysis and audit of the 85% national government shareable revenue. This is crucial. This is critical to understanding the extent of resource allocation and ensuring that our region receives its fair share of national funding. We shall institute a mechanism for continuous monitoring and evaluation of this progress made in addressing the region's challenges, ensuring transparency and accountability in the use of resources allocated for development. In light of the foregoing, we intend to develop a comprehensive master plan for the northeastern region that aligns with national government development goals while addressing the unique challenges and opportunities in Wajir, Garissa, and Mandera counties. This master plan will serve as a strategic blueprint for economic growth, infrastructure development, and social progress. The aim of this master plan is to come up with a sessional paper that shall guide and shape the national policy of northeastern Kenya to realize our full potential. In addition to the above, the government should remove the annuity program from the Horn of Africa Gateway Development Project and engage other partners to finance the sections Madogashe, Samatar, and Ramu Mandera Road. Also, the government should fast-track the construction of the missing link, such as Moyale Wajir, Moyale Mandera via Takaba, Garissa Liboi, and security roads like Mandera, Lafey, Elwak, Liboi, Lamu, Sakat. Additionally, the government should further construct constituency interlinking roads in Northeastern. Furthermore, the stakeholders resolve as follows: unified advocacy. We are committed to maintaining a unified approach and amplifying our voices and addressing the challenges facing our region. The caucus of MPs from the Northeast will continue to engage actively with the national government and other key partners to advocate for increased investment in critical sectors such as infrastructure, water, energy, security, education, healthcare, and climate resilience. Unity of identity. Appreciating our homogeneity, we restate that the residents of the Northeast are a single ethnic community, the Somali. No apologies to make to that. We affirm that any other recorded reference, characterization by the Central Bureau of Statistics and Registrar of Persons is a mischaracterization and identity misinterpretation, misperception, with a singular purpose to disenfranchise the Somali community. Consequently, we ask the relevant agencies to immediately correct the heinous anomaly. Addressing insecurity and extremism, that was another thing we discussed. We recognize that insecurity and violent extremism have severely hampered the region's growth. We will work with security agencies, civil society, and local communities to promote peace-building efforts and enhance security in the region. Climate change and environment. The new member in the House. Recognizing the growing threat of climate change, we will champion initiatives aimed at mitigating its effects, including sustainable land use, water resource management, and investment in renewable energy, and fundraising efforts to counteract the challenges. Increased investment in livestock sector. Immediate enactment of the Livestock Bill 2024 to establish the Livestock and Livestock Products Marketing and Development Authority. We want the government to act with urgency on this bill. And if possible, the president to appoint the chairman to follow the executive orders given by his predecessor, President Uhuru. And the Kenya Livestock Research Organization, an increased budgetary allocation to the livestock and increased access to markets. We want livestock development to be taken seriously, just like coffee, tea, and all other agricultural and livestock sectors in the country. Medical insurance scheme. We don't want to be left behind in the new SHA. Engage the national and county government with a view to ensuring that the residents of Northeastern are all covered through a government-financed medical insurance program. The same will not only relieve the ever-blooming medical cost, but also save funds to address emergent household needs. Water. Increase access to water by constructing mega dams. Not only one, but mega dams. A specific case is Butte Mega Dam, which was earmarked for 17 billion. 8 years down the line, this mega dam has not even hit the ground. We want the government to take serious action, and Butte Mega Dam should be a priority in this government. 8. Energy. Of specific concern is that, the national grid from Garissa to Mandera. If a line was done from Ethiopia and is going up to Suswa, there's no reason this government should have that a line cannot be constructed from Garissa to Mandera, or the line from Dolo extended to Wajir. Roads. We have said much about the roads. We want the Lapset to be completed and dusted. We want the Garissa-Mandera road done. We want Moyale-Butte done. We want all the interlinking roads in our constituencies done. We want all the sub-county headquarters to have bitumen standard roads. We cannot stomach to see some areas in this country have cabros as their roads, while we are going through harsh roads weather services. 10. Investment in human capital. The region faces huge shortcomings in human capital development, with over 200,000 children out of school. 800, I'm corrected, 850,000 out of school. That's why we are missing out on capitation. We want the government to institute a program to increase enrollment, to bring back the children who are affected by floods and drought and who have left schools, and school boarding programs to be fully funded by the national government. 11. Strategic partnership. We know a lot of partners are really interested in northern and southern regions. We want the Treasury, the Ministry of Treasury and National Planning to unlock the funds available for the northern region. We know a lot of money is lying there, monies which have been allocated or grants given by donor nations for the last 8 years lying in the Treasury. We want the Treasury to take action, release those funds, complete all the projects which are there, and pave way for development partners. We want partners to come into northern region, open up the potential of this area. Finally, this conference marks the beginning of a renewed commitment to advocate for the region's rightful place in Kenya development agenda. We are not asking for more. We are not asking for more. We are not asking for more. We just want to be given our share fare. We want to be given our share fare. Repeatable share fare. We don't want to be labeled as bandits, terrorists, and refugees. We are Kenyans. We want our unequivocal shares given. Drawing from the unfulfilled promises outlined in sessional number 8 of 2012, we remain steadfast in our resolve to break the circle of marginalization and create a prosperous and secure future for the people of Wajir, Mandera, and Garissa. This is the cry of the camel. If the camel cries, it's a curse. We will curse Kenya government if it doesn't give us our equal share. That's it.
You know the stages in the formation of the Sovereign Republic of Kenya? And the first of it, we are now under the term of the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya. I want to go on record as a group and say that this is the most friendly government. The government of President Ruto is the most friendly government the people of northeastern Kenya and pastoralists by extension has ever had. So the question is, The government is a big entity. Why we are doing this, why we are undertaking both summative and formative evaluation, is just to put ourselves in perspective as far as our development need is concerned. We do not want to be complaining. We do not want to be saying this has not been done, this has been done. No. What we are saying is, you can see the kind of recalibration that is going on. The politics, the dynamics of the Kenyan governance structure is changing. So we as the people of Northern Kenya, taking into account that this is the most friendly regime we have ever witnessed. From the British East Africa, from the British Protectorate, from the British colonial government, from the Kenyatta regime, from the Moi regime, from the Kibaki regime, from the Kibaki-Raila regime, Uhuru Ruto regime, and the handshake Uhuru regime, and currently the Ruto regime, we want to go on record. And that being the case, then the question is, what is there for us? What is there for us is, we want the development needs of our people to be no longer an electioneering campaign platform. And that's why the roads, the key sectors, we have already mentioned. So what we endeavor to do is to contextualize all these into a master plan that later on will lobby with the president and translate into a sessional paper. And that is what is going to open up Northern Kenya.
The message goes to the great people of the Northern Kenya, specifically Northeastern, Mandera, Wajir, and Garissa. We met here to discuss development issues of our people. And that is going to be in vain if our people continue with the consumption of miraa and heart and drugs. It's causing havoc, it's breaking families, it's making our young boys redundant. We urge our people, and specifically our young boys and girls, to keep away from substance abuse and to keep away from heart. It's destroying generations, and all this is going to go in vain if nothing is done by you. The responsibility starts with you, and as your leaders, we beg you and implore on you to ensure that you do not involve into activities that is going to derail your lives. And also, we want things that will make your life prosperous. And the region to prosper, we need to have young, vibrant, and energetic population. This is something that is un-Islamic. It is something that is uncultural when it comes to the Somali community. Please, we urge you. Thank you very much.
Hussein Waitan, the Member of Parliament for Mandera East Constituency, and I'm the Vice Chair of this caucus, NEP Parliamentary Group. What brought us here is the inequality that has been happening, since independence. What we are following is the 85% that remains in the national government, minus the 15% that goes to the counties. We have more than 3.5 trillion Kenya shillings that remains in the national government. What is our percentage share that we need to have? That is what we are following, and having, one of the most friendly government, one of the most friendly President William Samoei Ruto, we expect to get our share from the national government. The other thing, this is a region where during the rainy seasons, the region is completely locked out from the rest of Kenya. The roads are completely impassable. And you know what a plane can drop in Northeastern, in Mandera, in Garissa, and Wajir. What a plane can do. We don't have vehicles, moving from Nairobi to Garissa, to Wajir, to Mandera, because of the poor roads. We expect to get our share from the national government. Hussein Waitan, the Member of Parliament for Mandera East Constituency, and I'm the Vice Chair of this caucus, NEP Parliamentary Group. What brought us here is the inequality that has been happening, since independence. What we are following is the 85% that remains in the national government, minus the 15% that goes to the counties. We have more than 3.5 trillion Kenya shillings that remains in the national government. What is our percentage share that we need to have? That is what we are following, and having, you know, one of the most friendly government, one of the most friendly President William Samoei Ruto, we expect to get our share from the national government. The other thing, this is a region where during the rainy seasons, the region is completely locked out from the rest of Kenya. The roads are completely impassable. And you know what a plane can drop in northeastern, in Mandera, in Garissa, and Wajir. What a plane can do. We don't have vehicles, you know, moving from Nairobi to Garissa, to Wajir, to Mandera, you know, because of the poor roads. We expect to get our share from the national government.
Conventional education is the best equalizer. In the context of the economy, which is struggling, the Kenya economy shall only hit the double digit as envisaged if there shall be two equalizers, which there is no option for. Northern Kenya has two issues: the land mass so required for economic growth and the natural resources to realize the double-digit economy. If the government will not invest in that, we will never have a double-digit economic growth. So there is no need to blind itself. It is incumbent on any government to make sure that that land mass, which is an endowment, and the natural resources from wind, solar, and other resources underground to be exploited for the growth of our economy. So it is a government blinding itself from the realities. It's not an option. That must be done.
I want to reiterate a point raised by my colleagues about the high number of children who are out of school. Almost 1 million children are out of school in northeastern Kenya today. To be specific, 850,000 children. That is a catastrophe. It is a ticking time bomb. And something ought to be done as a matter of urgency. And what we are suggesting is, as part of resolving that issue, the provision of Section 95 2E of the 2013 Basic Education Act must be operationalized, and it should be enshrined in the basic education framework. That is the only way we are going to get more children into schools. We're doing our part. We want the government to do its part.
The Member of Parliament for Ijara, and what we want to say is that this is a unity of purpose. We came together as leaders of Northern Kenya to forge unity of purpose for our region. And we want to assure that the Kenya Kwanza government, that we are behind our government, our government. Secondly, we talked about LAPSSET project, and we are saying that LAPSSET project should be done as soon as possible. The thing is that what we are asking for is that insecurity and marginalization has been subject of the years for the past decades. And this time around, we are asking the government and the government agency that we are awake as leaders, and we want to question and account for the equitable share of our revenue, which is the 85% remaining national budget in our national treasury. That is my take, and we are behind this caucus. We support, and we want equitable shares of national revenue. Thank you.
As we are here today, and we were here for the last 2 days, we have resolved that business will not be as usual. We must do things differently than we were doing it before. We have come to confirm our unity is our strength. And as leaders, we want to show Kenyans and even northern people that we are united for a purpose, only for developmental and other benefits, any other benefits to the northern Kenya. Mine is, I want to address the President of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. President, so many presidents came and campaigned, including you, in the platform of constructing the road from Modogashe to Mandera. So many presidents, including you, also campaigned from 1963 to extend the grid from Garissa to Mandera. But none of the former President of the Republic of Kenya has achieved that pledge or manifesto. I want to plead with you to be the first President of the Republic of Kenya who has achieved and implemented his manifesto or the promise he has carried from the people of Northern Kenya. And if you don't, as the SG said, we will not, honestly, maybe 2027, go together. We must stand with our people. We must first remove two things from the table: the grid and the road to Mandera. The second one, education, is a basic right for any person in the world, not in Kenya. We can't have 850,000 students or children out of school. It's unfortunate. The experts who are working with education, others who are retired, have shown all the statistics. Therefore, I want to tell the people of Northern Kenya, kindly, we are united for a purpose. I want you guys also to unite behind us, support us.